Oh my God. We are live and we got two people already on the chat board. Oh no, we got one person, two people, who knows? Sorry guys, I didn't get a chance to those of you who do listen and know there's a few of you out there and I thank you for that. Cuz it's just me fucking around and having fun with one of the coolest shows on television again. That's crazy to say that because The Walking Dead really sucked for about 2 years. Well, definitely sucked for 2 years, and maybe even a little bit longer. But anyway, we are going to talk mid-season finale, but just a quick thoughts on last week. I didn't get a chance to talk much about last week's episode. It was a little bit of a slower episode. It was the first slow down episode, get to know the characters episode. Gave us a little bit of insight about what's going on. Well, actually, it didn't. It just kind of set up the fact that there's a lot of tension going on between the different groups, Hilltop and the Kingdom and Alexandria. A bit more with that deal with the X's on the back. We're not really sure where that's going, and just trying to set up the characters a little bit more, but it did it well. For a slow down episode, it worked really well. Definitely the weakest of all the episodes so far, but I thought it was a cool setup for this final or this mid-season finale. They kind of took a page out of the Game of Thrones. Oh, well, no, actually, take that back because Game of Thrones usually has a really big action episode before their finale, like some type of a battle. In their finales are usually a bit more dialogue heavy with some action too, of course. This one's kind of was the opposite. A lot of dialogue and then setting up the finale. And what a finale it was, guys. This was amazing. Oh my God, I haven't been this pumped up for The Walking Dead since maybe season 4, Terminus. Well, definitely season 3 with the governor and poor Herschel and all that stuff that went down, which was so sad. Um, but the the cinematography was great. The nighttime filming in the cemetery. I mean, that's one thing that I've noticed about this season, that it's creepy again. It's The Walking Dead. We're supposed to get creeped out by the zombies, man. Uh, and creeped out by the surrounding areas. Everything got a little too safe the last couple seasons. As soon as they hit Alexandria, things were just like became like a soap opera, right? And everybody had. I mean, they were living better than me uh, you know, in Alexandria, with the exception of some zombies. Although I live in a very big city, and I guess there could be some zombies around here. Oh, by the way, yeah, a couple weeks ago, some dude shot at me here in the city. In case you didn't know, so that was the reason I was a bit late with The Walking Dead live a few weeks ago, and this week is just because I had my little cousin here because there's school holidays, and it's tough to get anything done with him here. So I skipped the. I guess it's episode what 7. This is episode 8 already. My goodness, the stuff moves very fast. Yeah, this is already episode 8. Incredible, as they say. But anyway, um, what's going on? We've got Jesus actually possibly really being dead. Oh, I'm covering my face, guys. Look, some people ask this for me to show my face. I'm in the dark, you know? I think it's better to just have it all darkened up than me looking like a little gnome in the dark. Uh, anyway, sidetracked a little bit. Yeah, but I hope. well, and I say that not in a nasty way, but in just in a dramatic, makes sense type of way. I really hope that Jesus is really dead. I mean, I'm so tired of these fake outs, guys, on this. Uh, we had, I remember, Glenn, is he dead? Is he not dead? And then under that dumpster, that was, I don't know what they were thinking with that. Really, I mean, that was horrible. Uh, and then you have the I guess it was the season finale, right? From between season 6 and 7, which was who got the hammer, and then you had a few fake outs in season 7. Which, by the way, I speaking of my little cousin, he kind of got bored with the show a little bit, understandably so, around season 5 and 6, and he we kind of stopped watching, but I since the show got good again, I kind of told him, "Oh, let's do this. Let's watch it." And I rewatched all of season 7. I guess, in the last 5 days, we knocked out about like 2 episodes a night, two or sometimes three. And man, was that season horrible! I mean, it was just really bad. And you know what's most interesting about that season is that Angela Kang, who is the showrunner now and is doing a tremendous job. Applauses for Angela. Um, they she wrote a few of those episodes and she was involved with some of that stuff. And I guess Scott Gimple had that much control over story arcs and what every episode had to be as far as leading up to the finale. Excuse me, where they kind of work around him. I don't know how that. I mean, I'm not an insider, guys. I don't know exactly how it works inside the writers' room at the Walking Dead, but apparently, he must have had a stronghold because she was there, and even still, the show just blew. It was so boring. It was tough, and I fell asleep a couple times watching a few of these episodes. He trudged his way through them only because I told him it gets better, gets better, gets better, and it does. I mean, season 8, the back end of season 8 wasn't that bad. The I didn't dig too much the episodes in the first half of season 8, so I'll probably be watching them again in December when he stays over for the school holidays again. So I'll be able to have a opinion on those rewatching them then. But I know I enjoyed the second half of season 8 a little bit more after they got rid of Carl. It seemed like I don't know, they got rid of all the melodramas. Well, no, the show's still melodramatic, but they got rid of like some of the soap opera elements of the show and kind of just got to streamlining the story of this war. But anyway, I'm talking too much about stuff that's past that sucked. Let's get to this. Um, oh man, I got the hiccups, guys. Mm, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's probably 2 o'clock in New York City, and oh my god, I'm gonna die. You guys are going to see somebody actually die live on YouTube. Oh my god. Oh, phew. There you go. Live radio, guys, or live podcasting, live YouTubing, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is it. What do I gotta do? Hold my breath, or maybe see a really scary zombie and get the hiccup shocked out of me? Let's get to this episode. What happened? We get the little boy, Carol's son, Henry, right? Is that his name? I'm horrible with names. Um, I actually don't mind him. I know some people are like, oh, he's the replacement Carl, Carl point two. You know what? You know what? I kind of like this kid a little bit more than Carl. So you know, I'm sorry. I'm just one of those people that never got it into Carl the character in the comics. Yes, on the show, he just came off as some eye candy for the teenage girls or maybe some teenage boys out there too. Uh, whatever your preference may be. But I, I don't know. I can't think of too many good. I mean, he had that one good episode where he kind of ran away to, was it he was trying to find Morgan maybe, and he ate some chocolate with Michonne on the roof. On the roof, that was a cool Carl episode. Aside from that, he got shot a bunch of times. That's kind of interesting. Oh, but who knows? The the episode has a lot of little Henry up at the hilltop trying to acclimate to the environment. He meets a couple of the kids that are a little bit of badasses and realizes that life ain't for him. So, we get a nice little character arc, like one episode character arc. Congratulations, getting us from point A to point B with a character in one episode. That's new for The Walking Dead. Usually they drag their feet a lot, kind of like the zombies. And we had some more expressions of that tension between Hilltop and Michonne. We don't know what happened in those six years. A lot of water under the bridge, no pun intended. Since Rick got blown off that bridge, but I'm enjoying it. Tension's good. Tension is drama, and it's tension that's built on something real. Or even though we don't know exactly what it is, it's not like you're supposed to feel tension now. Kind of tension. It seems very organic, which is a step up on the writing department. And the scenes uh, out looking for Eugene. Oh man, creepy stuff, man. In the graveyard, out come the zombies, and then that first attack from the Whisperer was off the hook. Some great choreography, by the way. It was kind of cool to see Jesus kind of really do karate moves similar to how he does in the comics. Took him long enough, because before he was just doing a couple kicks. I mean, I wasn't really buying that this guy was a martial arts expert in the same level that he is in the comics. And I guess I was proved wrong. He looked pretty dead, man. You never know with The Walking Dead, though. I mean, they love a fake out death. So, he wasn't bleeding all that much. Could be that, he just kind of fell out, got the wind taken out of him. It's possible. But who knows? I was thinking Jesus' head was going to be one of the heads on the spike. So I don't know how they would do that as far as almost killing them and then really killing them. That's overkill. Okay, pardon the expression. So then that kind of leaves. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are saying either Jesus or Aaron, and I was like, I don't think that they would kill off two of the more prominent gay characters on the show or male gay characters. Just simply, how it is. There's a whole quota system in Hollywood. Nothing against it. Again, not complaining, but I think they would get a lot of hate if they killed off pretty much the two gay characters. I mean, you got the two girls now. You got a lot of gay women still around. Tara's still around. Well, I guess not a lot, because Olivia, what was it? No, Denise was her girlfriend, right? She got killed off. Maybe some of those Oceanside women get down, but yeah, I guess it's just Tara and now the two black girls who are really cute. But the to kill off two gay male characters would be a little crazy unless they're gonna add in another one. So it's up in the air. Who's gonna end up in the spikes, man? I don't want them to kill off Daryl. Don't want to kill off Carol. Ezekiel, I think, could go. He hasn't been in this season that much so far. Done anything spectacular. And definitely Michonne sticking around. I mean, I don't think they're gonna kill off the main three: Daryl, Carol, and Michonne. But hello, whoever you are, person out there. Oh, what's up, slime jugging, slime jugging. I like that name. Yeah, man. I was just talking about that. Jesus dies, which I mean, you think it's another fake out? Because The Walking Dead is infamous for their fake outs, man. I was actually kind of congratulating Angela Kang in the whole direction of the show now. I'm loving this season for it being more adult, more serious, more hardcore. And I hope that he really dies, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in just the for dramatic purposes kind of way. Like, we don't need another Glenn fake out death. Like, is he really dead? I hope so in that sense. But, I got nothing against Jesus, my Lord and Savior, nor Jesus, the character there. So we'll see, though. I mean, he was lying there. He looked kind of dead, but you never know. He could have just had the wind blown out of him, even though that sword did cut through him, or that knife did cut through him pretty good. But great choreography in that scene, man. I really, really loved it. I really, 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 really did love it. Yeah, and I think that's a good point that you make. And I think right before you got on, I was talking about how I really doubt that they're gonna kill off two of the prominent gay characters for PC reasons. So, oh man, I got the hiccups too. So that's another um, update from this live broadcast. And yeah, I don't think they're gonna kill off two of the prominent gay characters just for PC reasons. So I think that means Aaron's safe from the spike. And if Jesus does magically survive this, I don't think they would kill him again on the spike. So you're probably right. Jesus definitely is dead, and Aaron's character is going to develop, which is it seems like that's where they're going with him, giving him the prosthetic hand. I think he might take on a little bit of a Rick roll. Rick roll. Uh, and in the show, who knows? I mean, everybody's kind of taking a bit of everybody's character nowadays. Michonne's a little bit like Andrea. Andrea is in the comics, and also kind of taking a little bit of the Rick roll. Never gonna give you up. And who know? Who knows? I mean, I dig Aaron as a character. I think he was really badly written the last couple seasons. They didn't give him much to do. He's a really good actor, and he's showing it this season. So if they can continue building his character, I'll definitely dig it. I dig him more than I dig Jesus on the show. So we'll see. Yeah, yeah, that beard is awesome, man. And that prosthetic arm is cool too. You see how he used that to defend himself against the fucking whispers? That was such a good fucking fight, man. Yeah, this is I don't know about you. How would you rank this as far as mid-season finales? Because for me, this is up there, man. I mean, uh maybe up there with the governor right before he gets into the prison type shit, and yeah, I think I can't remember one from recent memory that I enjoyed as much as this one. Uh, the as far as mid-season finales go. Sorry, man. I'm got the hiccups here, and it's making my brain fry. Uh, but I would rank this probably, I don't know, two. As far as best mid-season finales, I'm trying to think what happened in the third and fourth season ones. I just know that they were good. Terminus was a season opener. That was a really awesome episode, but that was a season opener. But I think it was when season four mid season was when the governor came back. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of any other one that sticks out. So I'm with you. For me, this is the best mid season finale of all. And yeah, and the actors were great. The cinematography was great. And I love how this show got the creep factor back into it, man, because the last two seasons were so cartoonish. I just don't dig it. I just didn't dig it at all. So this is definitely more up my alley as far as The Walking Dead. So predictions for who gets that spike. I think Rosita's definitely getting the spike. I think they're gonna keep that like in the comics. I think Ezekiel has everything going for him to get that spike this season, only because he hasn't done much. Oh yeah, look at that. We're on the same wavelength because that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, so I definitely think it's Ezekiel. I'm feeling it stronger now because he hasn't done much. They kept him. He's kind of in this content life. He's in love, and his arc kind of came to an end. Like, what else is there for Ezekiel to do? His arc has kind of finished. Rosita too. I mean, she's in love with what is it, Father Gabriel, and I think that'll give Father Gabriel reason to kind of go Rambo on these whispers too. So I definitely think those two characters are gonna be gone. And also, a lot of people don't like Rosita, uh, so she's not a fan favorite. So I think killing her off is not gonna upset that many people. It's a shame because I think she's a all right. Yeah, she's an all right actress. I mean, the character's kind of interesting. They just never gave her much meat to work with, story arc wise. She just been kind of like the uh the lover, the heartbroken lover, the heartbroken woman, always angry at something, and it's like she's never been anything other than that, since, as far as I can remember. So I think it's a good time to get rid of her, because I definitely don't think it's gonna be the big three. Daryl, Carol, and Michonne are safe, possibly until the end of the Walking Dead, whenever the hell that is. And of the other characters, Eugene is not going because he was just involved in this whole mess here with the Whispers, and I think uh, he still has a lot to offer as far as character for the show, and don't think Father Gabriel's gonna go. Although that could be a switcheroo, you know. Spoilers for the comics. Father Gabriel, doesn't make it, but he's not that important of a character in the comics as he's turned out to be in the show. So it's possible they get rid of him and then make Rosita, kind of fight for his honor. Somebody's fighting for somebody's honor there. Just not sure whom. And oh, one thing I didn't talk about yet is Negan. Negan get out the cell, and they kind of switched that up from the comics, because in the comics they leave his cage open or his cell door open, but he kind of just he doesn't leave the cell. He sits there, and then he kind of talks to Rick and kind of fucks with Rick's head and says, look, she left the door open. I could have left, but I didn't. I'm just doing this to prove to you that I've changed, that I'm being a good boy. And it was one of the classic scenes in the comics when that happens. But here in the show, it looks like he just walked out. So who knows what's going on with that? He definitely plays a big role in the Whisperers War in the comics. Again, I don't want to give too many comic spoilers out in case some of you have not read the comics, and you really should because they're awesome. I mean, if you love the Walking Dead television show, the comics are about a million times better. As good as the show has been in the past, and it's been incredible in the past, and this season is building up to be one of the better ones. The comics are way, way, way better. So who knows what's gonna happen to Negan? Um, yeah, I mean, dude, the way they have set up the Whispers is like a dream come true because I was so looking forward to Negan on the series, on the TV show, because Negan is just, I mean, you got to put him, I don't know, at least for me, like top 10 comic book villains of all time. And I mean, he gave me nightmares when I was reading the comics. And then when they turned him into this buffoon cartoon character on the show, I was so upset. I was like, "Oh my god, you took away all the scariness and mysteriousness and everything that that is Negan in the comics, and you really fucked them up." They got him little bit better towards the end of season 8, and this season he's way better. His character is way better so far. Uh, but so I was really worried about the Whisperers. I was like, they're gonna fuck up the Whisperers, man. They're gonna turn them into these like cartoon characters, um, and really screw it up because the Whisperers are fucking scary as hell in the comics, even scarier than Negan. And they've managed to keep it that way, man. Those when they came running out of those shadows, and when that guy ducked Jesus's sword, oh man, that was heart stopping stuff. Yeah, truly, they are turning Negan into his comic book self. You put it perfectly. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of action, obviously, just a lot of dialogue scenes, but you can see it in his eyes, and that's another thing that this season has done so well. It's toned the show down. I mean, it's an adult show again. It's very dark, somber. It's not something to watch with the kids again. So congratulations to Angela Kang. I mean, I don't know. I mean, she wrote some of the episodes in season 7, which were horrible. Uh, and I don't know how, what Scott Gimple was doing to her to keep her talent bottled up like that. But whatever she's doing, there's my clapping. She gets a round of applause for doing whatever it is she was doing. Um, yeah, well, yeah, you're right, because Jesus is out of the picture, but Tara looked pretty intense, man, when she met up with our friend Michonne. So it's quite possible that Tara could take over, and it would give her something to do. I know there's a lot of Tara fans out there. She's okay. She's not my favorite character, but I don't dislike her. So I liked that fiery look in her eyes when she met with Michonne. So if they can build on that and make her a really interesting character, a more multi-dimensional character, and a character with a little bit more guts, a little bit more hardened, because she was always cute. I mean, like I said, I watched season 7 all this last week with my little cousin who's over for the school break. He was catching up on The Walking Dead, and her episodes, like the episodes when she was in Oceanside and she's trying to get the Oceanside people to follow to join Rick. She just comes off as such like a little girl, like very innocent, very naive, and all happy go lucky. And it's like, dude, it's the end of the motherfucking world. We get that you can't, you don't have to be like a total, pessimist just because it's the end of the world. But there's a little hardness that should come even on the brightest of characters. I think they have done that better with Father Gabriel this season, and they managed to get that right with the few, the short scenes that Tara has had this season, that she could be a leader, that she gets it. It's no fucking around. This is the end of the world, baby. You gotta be a little bit more intense. So we shall see. I think she's got what it takes to be the leader up there. She's been around long enough. And Carol, I guess, would take over the kingdom if Ezekiel died, which would be really cool. Um, do you think they should give Enid more screen time? I think she would make a great leader because I believe she's become more secluded ever since she lost Carl. Man, Enid. I remember I used to do some podcasts with my friend Victoria back in the day when Enid first showed up, and we used to call her Emo Girl because we couldn't even remember her name. I mean, I don't know, man. For me, she's always been the most useless character. Not sure exactly what her role is. It seems going in and out, spy for the wolves, which, by the way, where are the wolves? Wouldn't it be interesting if the Whisperers in the show were somehow connected to the wolves from back in season 5, was it? Or was it 6? I guess it was, or end of 5, 6, when they were first in Alexandria. So, what I'm trying to say, kind of a roundabout way to give the answer, is no. I don't think they should give Enid more screen time unless they can write her into an interesting character, which I just don't think she is. I mean, it seemed like she was gonna play the part of what's the girl in the comic that Carl is kind of has a relationship with. There's two, right? There's Maggie's adopted daughter, and there's Alpha's Alpha's daughter that Carl kind of gets with. So it seemed like they were going for that, but then obviously they dropped it because, one, because Carl is dead, but two, because I don't know, I don't think they knew how to write that into the show. They tried to get a little relationship thing going, but it was so teeny bop and boring for me. Uh, the few minutes of screen time that she has had this season, like with everybody else, it's been way better. Yeah, Lydia. It's been way better, but I'm not an Enid fan. I mean, if we never saw her again, it wouldn't change much for me, and I don't think it would change much for the show itself. I mean, who knows? I mean, she definitely looks more mature. Um, I saw Henry was trying to get with her, but she's already been taken. So who knows? I in what's her name? I've said her name a million times, but it's very late and I forgot now. The showrunner, Angela, right? And Angela, I trust because I think that the she's just taking the show in a whole new direction, and it's been a good direction so far. Rick's brother Tell me more about Rick's brothers. That's something in the comics that I missed because I'm pretty much caught up with the comics, and I don't remember Rick having a brother. Who is Rick's brother? I'm gonna have to look that up, man. You got me googling now. Rick Grimes' brother. Something that's very recent. Jeffrey Grimes. Um, hmm. Rick Grimes' brother may join The Walking Dead. Let me see here. Never. I wasn't aware of that. When does he show up? I've never seen him, so maybe he's very, very, very. He's in Barcelona, Spain. First appearance, the alien. This must be like a side. Is this a side venture here? But interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up because post-apocalypse, he's in Barcelona, Spain. He first appeared in The Alien. What is The Alien? Is this is a brief story consisting of 32 pages featuring it deals with the outbreak in Barcelona, Spain. Oh, check that out, man. I'm gonna have to check that out. Thanks for the tip on Rick's brother. Uh, Although when I googled it, they did say that Rick's brother may be showing up, so that could be interesting. I'm definitely gonna look that up now. I'm sure they have it online somewhere. The Alien. Interesting, interesting, interesting. There were some fan theories that what's her name? The girl from Madison from Fear the Walking Dead was somehow connected to Rick Grimes. So you never know. The Walking Dead may add Rick Grimes' brother to its cast. Um, so the events that occurred before Rick wakes up from his coma in the first issue of Image Comics, The Walking Dead, have been explored rather sparsely, considering the massive cast of characters who populate the world of the series. One such exploration came in the form of a 2016 digital one-shot called The Alien. It told the story of Rick's brother. And in the letter hacks, they say that Jeff may have survived. In the latest issue, a group of survivors are welcomed to the Commonwealth, a bustling base in Ohio. All right, whatever. Seems interesting. I'm with you. Why not? Why not have his brother? Uh, huh. Man, that is the mystery. That is the mystery. What is this X? Was there a group in between? Oh, sorry here. Sorry for the delay here. Yeah, what is this X? The mysterious X scars just got more confusing, and Michonne's reluctant return to Hilltop has something to do with the mark on her back. I'm gonna look at some fan theories and see if any of them pan out. Who has a scar so far? I think I saw one on Michonne's back, and does Daryl have one? Its origin was hinted at in 906 during Michonne's hostile treatment towards the rescue group. We all know that she has a big X on her back. She alludes to it in the council room. Maggie is gone for good. When she takes a chances on the group that's come there, she says that she remembers and that she knows that many of them do too. They have obviously, in the 6 years that have passed, faced some probably human foes that have affected the way they deal with people. Um, it's a big, really fucked up thing that happened during the break. At some point, we will find out about it. You will find out eventually what that is. It was bad. obviously. Um, so it's a mystery, man, and I have absolutely no clue. I'm really bad at these fan theories. But let's see. I just read a theory that states that the X's on Michonne and Daryl's backs are from the Fear the Walking Dead characters. What if Morgan led the characters to Virginia during a time jump and a conflict erupted between the groups? Did Oceanside kidnap Daryl and Michonne and put the X on them? And did Daryl and Michonne kill everyone in Oceanside because they were killing the saviors? Um, my theory is that it had to do with a violent clash between Oceanside and the saviors that happened during the time jump. Um, Daryl and Michonne had the same X as someone stealing kidneys. Kidney transplants. Huh. It's not consistent with nephrectomy scar. I don't know. What if Maggie gave them the X? But why? Uh, why did Michonne and Daryl have the same scar? Is it branding? Huh. So there's a lot of theories. Do you have any theories as to this X? I love a good mystery, so I'm kind of looking forward to what it is. I know, man. I don't want to talk too much about Fear the Walking Dead on this live broadcast, which, by the way, has gone on a bit longer than I wanted it to. Usually I do 20 minutes, but I'm enjoying talking to you. Um, but yeah, I feel so bad for that show because season three, I mean, that's up there with the best in either series. I mean, I would put that up there with season four of The Walking Dead, season three of The Walking Dead. Awesome, awesome. In the first half of this season, it started out so well, man. I mean, the new look, the style, everything was so cool. I enjoyed the new characters, and then they just killed it. I mean, I haven't seen the episode past when they had that storm, and I think the episode after the storm was the last one I saw. And for some reason, I mean, I enjoyed those episodes, but it just didn't give me like I had no impetus to keep watching. So I may check it out later, but I do have to see what happens towards the end of this season. So don't give me any spoilers. Uh, but I was so upset that they killed Madison, man. I know a lot of people didn't like Madison, and she was up and down, you know, and but she definitely got better as each season rolled on. But getting rid of Madison, and then we don't know where Danny is, and he's like an awesome character, and just having it be the Morgan show kind of sucked. And Morgan, I don't get this love affair with Morgan. I mean, in the comics, he was not that amazing of a character. Was he cool on the show? Yes. Uh, you know, he was a cool character. It was great when we got to see him again. I think in season three, was it? Maybe four, when Carl kind of went out searching for him, I think. And yeah, so a lot of people wanted him back, but what we got back, that brooding, I'm not gonna want to kill anybody. I'm really kind of slightly psychotic Morgan is just not cool. You know, they turned what kind of seemed like a cool character into like an overkill. So I don't get this love affair with Morgan, man. It's just ended already. We get it. You're like a Buddhist in the apocalypse, and it fucks with your head. But it creates this very um, one tone character. It's a one tone character, and that's one of the hardest things to do as a writer is have a character that is like a one note character but is interesting, right? Um, he's a one note character who's not interesting because you can have a one note character that uh, is mysterious and you want to know more about. Think like I don't know, Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. I mean, he doesn't have a character arc in that movie. He's just kind of him. He's creepy, but he's got this whole lore around him, and he just it's Hannibal fucking Lecter, right? Um, so it's possible you can do it. You can get a character that is kind of the same type character all the way through, but he's got to be really interesting in order for that to work. And I just got sick of Morgan, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing those Fear the Walking Dead characters, man. I mean, I like them. I do like him. So we shall see. The the Walking Dead universe is not going anywhere anytime soon. One second here, just sending a message to somebody. Um, yeah, the Walking Dead universe is not going anywhere anytime soon. People talk about the ratings plummeting, but actually, last ratings numbers I saw, they were actually kind of going up, slightly. Ratings season 8 of The Walking Dead. I mean, they're kind of in the 5 million mark, which is, or not, I shouldn't say 5 million. In the five um, 0.5, which isn't 5 million. Uh, so there are people watching still, and it's in the millions. But, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. 5 million viewers. The third episode of season 9, The Walking Dead, had about an even in the Nielsen's rating with last week numbers. So we got 1.9 rating of adults 18 to 49. 5 million viewers. Man, they are sticking with this show because ratings like that is what you want. And it's especially good because it's the demographic that they want, which is the 18 to 49 crowd, which actually goes out there and buys shit, you know? That's what people need. That's what a show needs, is people to go out there and buy. That's the target for the, what do you call it, the advertisers. I'm here trying to get the ratings for The Walking Dead, but they're kind of around like the 5 million mark. That's a lot of people. That's still like the highest rated TV show on on regular cable. So show is safe. Uh, yeah, I'm hyped about the movie. Kind of. We'll see what they do with it. I mean, I do like the idea, and I talked about this in my other live um, with Rick's final episode. Is that I thought it was a masterstroke keeping him alive. Um, but um, and to have him continue his story somewhere, because that's going to be the big mystery. It's like, where is Rick, and where is he going to end up? But not only that, it's where, I'm sorry, why isn't he leaving where he is? Why isn't he going back to his people? Sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit. I'm doing two things at once here. I'm trying to find out what the ratings were for The Walking Dead, but you know, basically it's what I said, man. It's about 5 million, and the ratings are kind of holding steady even post Rick. So if the quality remains as good as it is, I think, well, I don't know if they can ever get back the audience that they had from the heyday, but if they can maintain, 5 million viewers, come on, any show would love to have that 5 million viewers, and we shall see. And I think they are probably going to have about another, let's say, 2 years. I think they're going to The Walking Dead Nielsen ratings. Let's go on Nielsen. I think they're gonna, obviously they're gonna do 2 years for the for the Whisperers War, and after that they may kind of finish it off with the Commonwealth, and just kind of, how much longer can you keep this show going? I don't know. How much longer can you keep this show going? Let's see. I'm gonna get some ratings, man, and then I think I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm on the Nielsen site, and I'm trying to find the ratings here for The Walking Dead, which is probably still the best show on regular cable, right? I mean, what other show has that much hype on regular cable? I mean, they have You Better Call Saul, I guess, has a little bit of it's a little bit of hype, but I can't think of many more. But I can't find The Walking Dead, dude. Sorry. Next time. Next time I'll have some numbers. So, it was good talking to you. Thank you for dropping by. But I think I'm gonna go, man, because I'm fading here. I might watch. Let me see. Sunday cable ratings. Doctor Who ticks back up. Another one of my favorite shows. Uh, The Walking Dead continues to rise. Monday Night Football leads again. The Walking Dead ticks up again. Outlander premiere down. TV by the numbers. I'm on this site. So forgive me if you're speaking to me and you're saying something and I'm not answering. It's just I'm trying to really find out what's going on here. Okay, ahead of its upcoming mid-season finale, The Walking Dead easily continued to lead the Sunday cable ratings despite hitting another series low. It fell from the previous 2.0 to 1.8. Um, After tying its season low the week before, BBC America's Doctor Who ticked back at zero point 0.2. So, Walking Dead is 4 million viewers, 4.7 million viewers, and that's that. I would be interested in seeing what the ratings are come next week, but I guess it's going to take a little while to see it. All right, dude. For real, thanks so much for hanging around. Usually I come on Sunday, 2 o'clock in the morning, my time, because that's when I get to watch The Walking Dead here in Brazil. So, like, subscribe. Yeah, I'm in Brazil, by the way, so I watch it a little bit late at night. Um, so subscribe to the channel. I do some podcasts about movies. If you check them out, we did a few on the Predator series, Friday the 13th, Halloween, stuff that we saw in October that we enjoyed. The Walking Dead was included in that, and also the Daredevil and a few other shows, The Haunting of Hill House. And we will be coming out with a podcast about the Nightmare on Elm Street series in the following weeks. So subscribe to the page and you'll get a lot of that. And when I say we, it's because I do podcasts with a co-host and a few special guests, so it's a bit more lively. Okay, so it was awesome talking to you, and oh, I that's never gonna happen. Selling The Walking Dead to HBO, but imagine if it were an HBO show to begin with. It would be so much gorier and intense than it is now. They tried to sell The Walking Dead to HBO when it first came out, but HBO didn't accept it. So they got their Game of Thrones though. They're doing all right in their Westworld, but part of me is like, man, imagine if we had had a Walking Dead HBO version. That would be effing amazing. But AMC did okay given their limitations of, they can get a little bit adult, but not too much. But they're doing all right for themselves. I mean, they were home of Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad is considered by many to be one of the best shows ever on TV, and it competes, with The Sopranos and The Wire, which are two HBO shows. So it proves that you don't have to, you know, drop an F bomb every other line of dialogue or show too much nudity and too much gore in order to still be a very well written, top notch show. So in The Walking Dead, I think it's kind of proving that. I mean, it's never going to be on that level. That's a whole nother league when you're talking Breaking Bad and even The Shield or Sopranos. But as far as just a pop television show that's a lot of fun to watch, it it's awesome, and it's awesome again, and it's proving that it can it's not just right, and it can be creepy and it can be scary and it can have its moments of gore and all that jazz, so I don't think it's going anywhere though. That's AMC's baby, man. I mean, they make so much money from this show that I very much doubt that they're going to get rid of that anytime soon. And I don't think HBO would know what to do with it. Man, it was awesome talking to you, man. Thank you so much for the questions, keeping the conversation going. Like I said, I usually do 20 minutes of this, but it was so awesome to do like a whole hour. So not until next week, because there's no Walking Dead next week, but um, we'll chat. Okay. Look out for the other videos. Bye bye. Have a good night. And goodbye to everybody else who may listen.